はいどうも皆さんこんにちは、こんばんは、ぎんうつです。今回は、WBLN ニュースの、全放送をまとめた回になってます。この世界の、設定の方を、詳しく知りたい方は、見ていただけると楽しめるんじゃないかなと思います。それでは最後までお楽しみください。This is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out my dreams. I dodged a bullet without heart problems. And I really think I owe it to my fellow countrymen and people throughout the world to sometimes saving lives, fighting problems, helping people see the future. But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel it's a great gift. It's a rewarding way to spend my life. Someone asked you, again, to be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could wind up doing more good as a former president than as a president. And you said, only if I live a long time. Yeah, that's true. How do you rate, compare the powers of being in office as president and what you can do out of office? Well, when you're president, you can operate on a much broader scale. So, for example, you can turn your parents to be trying to stop the genocide in Kosovo, make peace in the Middle East. But I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out my dreams. I dodged a bullet without heart problems. And I really think I owe it to my fellow countrymen and people throughout the world to sometimes saving lives, fighting problems, helping people see the future. But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel it's a great gift. It's a rewarding way to spend my life. Someone asked you, again, be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could wind up doing more good as a former president than as a president. And you said, only if I live a long time. Yeah, that's true. How do you rate, compare the powers of being in office as president and what you can do out of it as a citizen? Well, when you're president, you can operate on a much broader scale. So, for example, you can turn I interview with former President Trump. This week, he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion was spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes to our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to add. But as you'll see now in the full unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. It's taken welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, I'm 60 years old and a brand-new guy, and I'm more than 100 lives I can save before I do that. It just drives you in your efforts to fight for these developing countries. Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, it's sort of distant. The tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out my dreams. I dodged a bullet. And I know about how many lives I can save before I do that. But that's what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries. Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it. I mean, it's sort of distant. But the way I say it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. This is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out my dreams. I dodged the bullet without heart problems. And I really think I owe it to my fellow But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel it's a great gift. It's a rewarding way to spend my life.
Someone asked you, I don't again be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could wind up doing more good as a former president than as a president. And you said, only if I live a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you rate, compare the powers of being in office as president and what you can do out of office as a former president?
Well, when you're president, you can operate on a much broader scale. So, for example, you can simultaneously be trying to stop the genocide in Kosovo, make peace in the Middle East, pass the budget.
15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to add. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do die. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I have had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to work.
I interview with Senate President Trump. This week he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion is spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to add. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do die. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I have had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out to my dreams. We have an honored daughter, a new daughter, after I won the election. I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit, and therefore I had less money in the country to invest in something I would invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have a wide range of power, so you have to control and few things, but you are less at the mercy of uncertainty. So if I say, look, we're going to work on economic empowerment for people on fighting AIDS and other diseases, and trying to bridge the religious and political differences between people, and trying to, avoid the worst challenges of climate change and help to revitalize the economy in the process. I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get up, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's because of this responsibility not mine. That's the joy of being a former president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives or more for the joy as you did as president.
When you announced that you were going to be on Fox News Sunday, I got a lot of emails from viewers. I think I was surprised. Most of them wanted me to ask you.
気に入っていただけましたら高評価、チャンネル登録をお願いします。ご視聴ありがとうございました。では次回の動画でお会いしましょう。またね。
You do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives or more for the joy as you did as president.
When you announced that you were going to be on Fox News Sunday, I got a surprised. Most of them wanted me to ask you this question. Why didn't you do more to put Bin Laden and Al-Qaeda out of business when you were president? There's a new book out you may, I suspect you've already read, called The Looming Tower. And it talks about the fact that when you pulled troops out of Somalia in 1993, Bin Laden said, I have seen the frailty and the weakness and the cowardice of U.S. troops. Then there was the bombing of the embassies in Africa and the attack on the Kurds. Okay, let's just finish it. And after the attack, the book says that Bin Laden separated his leaders, said in the eyes he expected an attack, and there was no response. I understand that hindsight is always spontaneous. But the question is, why didn't you do it, connect the dots and put them on a base? Let's talk about it. I will answer all those things in a minute. But first, I want to talk about the context. Interview with former President Trump. This week, he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion was spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to ask. As you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I've damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do that. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually,
interview with former President Trump. This week, he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion was spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to ask. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do that. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
yes, I really, but I don't mean
of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do that. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
yes, I really, but I don't mean that's sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. It is I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it up to my dreams. I dodged a bullet without heart problems. And I really think I owe it to my fellow countrymen and people throughout the world to spend time saving lives, solving problems, helping people see the future. But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel it's a great gift. I feel it's a rewarding way to spend my life.
Someone asked you, I mean, again, to be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could wind up doing more good as a former. Our interview with former President Trump. This week, he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion was spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to add. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. Thanks. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do die. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, I don't wish that, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. So this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it up to my dreams. God's to do it. We don't have problems. And I really think I owe it to my fellow countrymen and people throughout the world to spend time saving lives, fighting problems, helping people see the future. But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel like it's a great thing that, avoid the worst thing is the climate change and hopefully we don't have the economy in the process. I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get up, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's President Bush's responsibility. That's the job being a current president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives and the rest of the world as you did as president.
When you announced that you were going to be on Fox News Sunday, I got a lot of emails from viewers, and I thought was surprised. Most of them asked me to ask you this question. Why didn't you do more to put the Latin and Al-Qaeda out of business when you were president? There's a new book that you made at the Secretary of War called The Women's Power. Talked about the fact that when you pulled troops out of Somalia in 1993, the Latin said, I have seen the frailty and the weakness and the cowardice of U.S. troops. And there was the bombing of the embassies in Africa and the attacks on the Syria. Okay, let's just going to be too morbid, but this is what we said. We asked you if you could write us in more broad as a former president and as a president. And you said, only if I live in Al-Qaeda. Yeah, that's true. How do you rate compare the being in office as president and what you can do out of the office as president?
Well, when you're president, you can operate on a much broader scope. So, for example, you can simultaneously be trying to stop the genocide in Kosovo, make peace in the Middle East, pass a budget that gives millions of kids a chance to have after-school programs and has a huge increase in college aid at home. In other words, you've got a lot of different moving parts, and you can move them all at once. But you're also more at the mercy of events. That is, President Bush did not run for president to deal with 9/11, but once it happened, it wasn't as if he had an option. Once I looked at the economic, I'll give you much more mundane things. Once I looked at the economic data, the new data after I won the election, I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit, and therefore I would have less money in my first year to invest in things I wanted to invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have the wide range of powers, so you have to think and fewer things, but you are less at the
interview with former President Clinton. This week he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion was spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else we wanted to add. As you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do die. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries? Yes, sort of morbid when you say that. I mean, it's a risk. Yeah, but the way I saw it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. So this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out to my dreams. I dodged the bullet without heart problems. And I really think I owe to my fellow countrymen and people throughout the world. Someone asked you, I don't want to be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could want to be morbid as a former president and as a president. And you said, only if I live a long time. Yeah, that's true. How do you rate compare the powers of being in office as president and what you can do out of office as a former president?
Well, when you're president, you can operate on a much broader scope. So, for example, you can simultaneously be trying to stop it.
How many lives I can save before I do that? Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean that's sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, I don't risk it, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, this is what I love to do. It is what I think I should do. That is, I've had a wonderful life. I got to be president. I got to live it out to my dreams. I dodged the bullet without heart problems. And I really think I should owe to my fellow countrymen and people throughout the world to spend time saving lives, solving problems, helping people see the future. But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel it's a great gift. I feel it's a rewarding way to spend my life.
Someone asked you, I mean, again, to be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could wind up doing more good as a former president than as a president. And you said, only if I live a long time.
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's a mercy of unpleasant abuse. So if I say, look, we're going to work on economic empowerment for people and fighting AIDS and other diseases and trying to bridge the religious and political differences between people and trying to, avoid the worst challenges of climate change and help to revitalize the economy in the process. But I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get up, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's President Bush's responsibility, not mine. That's the job of being a former president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives and more for the world as you did as president.
When you announced that you were going to be on Fox News Sunday, I got a lot of emails from viewers. And I got to say, I was surprised. Most of them wanted me to ask you this question. Why didn't you do more to put Bin Laden and Al-Qaeda out of business when you were president? There's a new book out you made, which I think you already read, called The Looming Power. And it talks about the fact that when you pulled troops out of Somalia in 1993, Bin Laden said, I have seen the frailty and the weakness and the cowardice of U.S. troops. Then there was the bombing of the
Once I looked at that, and I'll give you much more mundane things. Once I looked at the economic data, the new data after I won the election, I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit, and therefore I would have less money in my first year to invest in things I want to invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have a wide range of powers, so you have to control and fewer things, but you are less at the mercy of unfolding events. So if I say, look, we're going to work on economic empowerment for people and fighting AIDS and other diseases and trying to bridge the religious and political differences between people and trying to, avoid the worst calamities of climate change and help to revitalize the economy in the process. But I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get up, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's President Bush's responsibility, not mine. That's the job of being a former president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives or more for the good as you did as seven. The new election, if I look for economic data, the new data after I won the election, I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit unless I would have less money in my purse to invest in something I would invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have the wide range of power, so it's control and fewer things, but you are less at the mercy of uncertainty. So if I say, look, we're going to work on economic empowerment for people and fighting AIDS and other diseases and trying to bridge the religious and political differences between people and trying to, avoid the worst calamities of climate change and help to revitalize the economy and process. I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get up, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's this President Bush's responsibility, not mine. That's the job being a former president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives or more for the good as you did as president.
When you announced that you were going to be on Fox News Sunday, I got a lot of emails from viewers. I got to say, I was surprised. Most of them wanted me to ask you this question. Why didn't you do more to put an Latin and a title out of business when you were president? For example, a new book that you made. I interview with former President Clinton. This week, he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion was pledged to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the Global Initiative and anything else we wanted to ask. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do die. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean, that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean,
going to be too morbid, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could wind up doing more good as a former president than as a president. And you said, only if I live a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you rate, compare the powers of being in office as president and what you can do out of office as a citizen?
Well, when you're president, you can operate on a much broader spectrum. For example, you can simultaneously be trying to stop the genocide in Kosovo, make peace in the Middle East, pass a budget that gives millions of kids a chance to have after-school programs, and there's a huge increase in college aid attainment. You've got a lot of different moving parts, and you can move them all in. But you're also more at the mercy of events. That is, President Bush did not run for president to deal with 9/11, but once it happened, it wasn't going to get to that much. Once I looked at that, and I'll give you much more mundane things. Once I looked at the economic data, avoid the worst calamities of climate change and help to revitalize the economy in the process. I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get up, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's President Bush's responsibility, not mine. That's the job being a former president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives or more for the good as you did as president.
When you announced that you were going to be on Fox News Sunday, I got a lot of emails from viewers. I got to say, I was surprised. Most of them wanted me to ask you this question. Why didn't you do more to put the Latin and a title out of business when you were president? There's a new book out you made, I just like to go over well, called The Looming Tyrant. And it talks about the fact that when you pulled troops out of Somalia in 1993, the Latin said, of being in office as president and what you can do out of office.
So when you're traveling, you can operate on a much broader scope. So, for example, you can simultaneously be trying to stop a genocide in Kosovo, make peace in the Middle East, pass a budget that gives millions of kids a chance to have after-school programs and has a huge increase in college aid at home. In other words, you got a lot of different moving parts, and you can move them all at once. But you're also more at the mercy of events. That is, President Bush did not run for president to deal with 9/11, but once it happened, it wasn't as if he had an option. Once I looked at the economic, I'll give you much more mundane example. Once I looked at the economic data, the new data after I won the election, I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit, and therefore would have less money in my purchase to invest in things I wanted to invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have the wide range of power, so it's transferring fewer things, but you are less at the mercy of unfolding events. So if I say, look, sometimes saving lives, solving problems, helping people see the future. But as it happens, I love it. I mean, I feel it's a great gift. I feel it's a rewarding way to spend money.
Somebody asked you, again, we see more of it, but this is what you said. He asked you if you could rather feel more good as a former president than as a president. And you said, only if I live with an incumbent.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you rate, compare the powers of being there as a president and what you can do as a president?
So when you're a president, you can operate on a much broader scope. So for example, you can simultaneously be trying to stop a genocide in Kosovo, make peace in the Middle East, pass a budget that gives millions of kids a chance to have after-school programs, and there's a huge increase in college aid at home. In other words, you got a lot of different moving parts, and you can move them all at once. But you're also more at the mercy of events. That is, President Bush did not have a huge increase in college aid at home. In other words, you got a lot of different moving parts, and you can move them all at once. But you're also more at the mercy of events. That is, President Bush did not run for president to deal with 9/11, but once it happened, it wasn't as if he had an option. Once I looked at the economic, I'll give you much more mundane example. Once I looked at the economic data, the new data after I won the election, I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit, and therefore would have less money in my purchase to invest in things I wanted to invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have a wide range of power, so you have to transfer on fewer things, but you are less at the mercy of unfolding events. So if I say, look, we're going to work on economic empowerment for people and fighting AIDS and other diseases, and trying to bridge the religious and political differences between people, and trying to, avoid the worst calamities of climate change and help to revitalize the economy in the process. You can
interview with former President Trump. This week, he hosted his second annual Global Initiative Forum in New York. More than $7 billion is spent to tackle some of the worst problems in developing countries, such as poverty, disease, and climate change. As part of the conference, Mr. Clinton agreed to his first one-on-one interview ever on Fox News Sunday. The ground rules were simple. 15 minutes for our sit-down, split evenly between the global initiative and anything else he wanted to add. But as you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Mr. President, welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save before I do die. Does that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, that don't mean that's all sort of
And anything else you wanted to add? As you'll see now in the full, unedited interview, that's not how it turned out. Welcome to Fox News Sunday. In a recent issue of the New Yorker, you say, quote, I'm 60 years old and I'm damn near died, and I'm worried about how many lives I can save things before I do that. Is that what drives you in your efforts to help in these developing countries?
Yes, I really, but I don't mean that sounds sort of morbid when you say it like that. I mean, but the way I said it, the tone in which I said it was actually almost whimsical and humorous. That is, I realized that I would have to work much harder to reduce the deficit unless I would have less money in my first year to invest in things I want to invest in.
So what is it that you can do as a former president?
So what you can do as a former president is you don't have the wide range of powers, so you have to control and few things, but you are elected to make it unbelievable. So if I say, look, we're going to work on economic empowerment for people and fighting AIDS and other diseases and trying to bridge the religious and political differences between people and trying to, avoid the worst calamities of climate change and help to revitalize the economy in the process. I can actually do that. I mean, because tomorrow when I get off, if there's a bad headline in the paper, it's President Bush's responsibility, not mine. That's the job of being a former president. And it is true that if you live long enough and you really have great discipline in the way you do this, like this CGI, you might be able to affect as many lives and more for the good as you did as president.
はい、再放送っぽいのも、途中で何個かありましたけれども、チャンネルいくつかあるうちの一つだけで、これだけ、情報が詰まってるっていうのもなかなかないと思うんで、こういうのも楽しんで、プレイしてみるのも楽しめるんじゃないかなと思います。ご視聴ありがとうございました。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。またね。